the Gen Zs
are far from settled. Beyond the politics of the moment lies a larger conversation about accountability, public trust, the aspirations of the youth, and the kind of governance it needs. We brought these questions to the streets of Bengaluru. Here's how that conversation went. During the CJP protest and the student movement, what was one moment that stood out to you and why?
The resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, right, itself was the biggest thing that came out. We didn't expect he would just resign himself. So his resignation itself shows the power of the youth.
Others getting affected. So I saw these few clips where they were throwing stones on auto rickshaws and then even abusing reporters. So I don't know, it just didn't seem right. It's about a protest, it's a peaceful protest.
The news when they came that Pradhan had resigned, all of us were sitting on the bed together and all of us threw our phones in the air together when it came. So that was a turning point, I feel.
I mean, when they stormed the parliament, that was pretty scary. But I don't think what exactly were they expecting, if not lathi charge? I mean, you can't just protest at the parliament, go at the gate and go ahead.
The highlight of the moment of the protest was Sonam Wangchuk being picked up from Jantar Mantar, taken to the hospital, no due process being followed. The police was basically relying on a High Court order which was again interpreted very wrongly.
What do you feel about the use of social media in this protest?
See, social media is doing a great job, but it is not the right platform. So it is good, but it's not the right platform. So if it was, the news had played its role well, then it would have been better.
I think it was very helpful because I'll tell you the news, like the main media, they were just shitting on the CJP protest. I felt it was Godi media. So I think we got the proper news, like the actual news from the social media. So I think they did a great job and people should look more up to social media than the mainstream media.
I still don't think this generation should rely on just those few clips of reels, few seconds of reels, just for the sake of information. Yeah.
The fact that social media was the only thing that we relied, because the people were so random, they were not from politicians' son, or they were not renowned people. And actually, they were so, perfectly gave us the reels, the information that had happened in Jantar Mantar, that had happened in other places as well. So, listening to those, watching those reels made us realize what is right and what is wrong.
People marking their attendance on ground and then posting about it, and not just relying on like primary content, right? Content being shared by any other Instagram page which is getting adopted. So I would say that in comparison with 2019, where a very small proportion of people were actually sort of posting, I did see a change in terms of how people not just used their other sort of pages for activism, but use their own pages for activism as well.
There are a lot of protests going on in the country simultaneously. Are there any other protests that you would like to join in with?
I was there at the Shivaji Bagh protest when we protested for the students, वगैरह. I think Manipur's in a pretty bad state. So fix that.
I think there's a recent protest regarding the tribal land. I keep forgetting the name. I am not sure of the details, but I think exactly. And again, the Manipur issue is another big issue. I'm sorry, I'm not aware of the details, so I would not be commenting on any protest as such. If I knew anything better, I would say.
I'm a skeptic, so I would rightfully align with any protest that is going against establishment, right? Wherein the establishment is not taking accountability. Ken Bitwa is a very lively example, right? There are farmers and communities of people belonging to the farming community who have had their land stripped away. Again, due process has not been followed, and we do see that like the people were just like taken over, right? They were just like asked to leave. There's a protest happening in Gujarat where the farmers are protesting against the land being given out to the industrialists. They were actually marching, towards the parliament. They were actually marching towards the parliament, and they got stopped in Haryana.
What is one issue that you think should be highlighted next?
It would mainly be to make the government better, because we are the youth. We're gonna come up, we're gonna rule the world next, and you have to make it a better place for us.
I feel like half of the problems came for me, for me, it was reservations. So I think they should look onto that next. Reservation is supposed to be based on someone's financial or like disabilities, not based on their caste or creed.
I personally love the metro, so I feel like the construction of metros all across India is very slow. Please give me metro. I love metros.
Classism, India in itself, I think, is a classist society at this point of time. Let it be from the side of the politicians or our sides. You see, even in the current protests, they made fun of the current Prime Minister by calling him a chai wala. I don't know why there's a need of linking up the chai wala part to him. Even the other things where they were talking about how he can't, if he doesn't have a wife right now, he can't understand children pain. Correlation is not equal to causation, guys. So I think stop being classist in a protest where you're standing for something positive.
It is not even a question to be asked, ma'am. The vehicle people are so much, getting frustrated, get angry because of the vehicles getting so much, damaged because of the, E20 ethanol problem of petrol, right? So I would request the government to decrease the tariff and also to increase the quality of the petrol so that the people who just ride the vehicles would not have any problem with their vehicle.
As a Bengali who saw the West Bengal and followed it very closely, I think for me, the way the electoral process is being followed in this country is a debate that is gonna keep going. It's gonna keep happening in other states as well, right? I think we do, as a democracy, deserve free and fair elections. We've all seen what has happened, what was the consequence of SIR. I'm not saying that BJP won in West Bengal because of SIR, but again, I would say that if the due process was followed, we have around 90 lakh voters who didn't get to vote. 30 lakh of them were actually removed from the list, whereas 60 lakh of them were under appellate tribunal. And there were a handful of tribunal which was trying to take care of all these appeals, right? I don't want that situation to take place again.